Alright, are we back? Let's find out. Alright, I think we're back. There we go. Sorry about that. Something seems to just created my internet here, which I don't very much appreciate, but yep, we are back. And we got our elytra, and we're good to go. Oh, lay down. Shoot. Minkus, go lay down. I'm sorry, little man. You can't be up here. I'm lying. Nether Fortress, that's cool. Hopefully we're coming back up on a Soul Sand Valley here. This definitely doesn't feel particularly right. Alright, let's take a read real quick of our coordinates log. What are we looking for here? 3017, 126. Okay, so we are going the right direction. And since our portal is built exactly at those chords, we ought to see it coming up here soon. Let's get this guy. Leave him of his tears. I will try to relieve him of his tears. Got his gunpowder at least, but I ain't seeing his tears nearby. Bit tragic. Either we lost him in lava, or he refused to drop any. That's okay. We've already got one dried ghast, so that'll at least be enough to get him in the end again if we need him, but we'll kind of pocket this guy for now. And I'm sure too, once we start like making a proper gold farm, bartering farm as well, you know, it'll hardly matter. So, that's fine either way. Jettison on down here too hard. Got his tears at least, that's good. There we go. Not very nice of him. Okay, I know that one should have hit you. What are you doing? Let's put the fireworks away for now. We don't have too many of them yet. We don't have a farm for them, so we need to be a little conservative with how we spend them, unfortunately. Bit lame, but that's how these things tend to go. And let's see here. I should be back in the filters. There we go. I think that's where the ice boat road is. We double on back through here. We gotta be able to get out. Yeah, that's right, all this had garbage in it, didn't it? Here we go. Let's see what we got going on in here. This just reminds me we definitely need to have a buffer zone for our safety because we never bothered to do that yet. I like the piglins and wither skeletons are beefing with each other. Rude. Oh. I think we double checked. That wasn't even our axe. There we go. Yep, nothing else worthwhile here. No other wither skeletons. Alright. We'll have to make our ladder as well going down there too, so we will have to take care of these things at some point, but at some point isn't necessarily right now, so yeah. Still want another red upgrade template though, although that's gonna take a while to find. Looks like our bitrate's being kind of funky. A little odd. We're back through, safe and sound. Nothing to worry about. Alright, let's go ahead and sort away all this stuff. Once this is happy gas, once this is copper golem ready, it will be nice to be able to just dump a bunch of stuff away and not have to worry about it, but not quite there yet. We'll do that. Then we'll go ahead and break this up as well. Alrighty. And then we can go ahead and sort away all of our extra crap that we got going on here. Very cool. A little bit extra gunpowder, that'll help out for a little while. We got enough for another dried ghast, that's good. Keep those together. Got our gunpowder there. Fireworks can go there. Cool. Alrighty. Still got our food, of course. And yeah, we got enough stuff going on there, which should be good. I guess what I can do too is dig a hole going through the mountain here. That might actually be nice to have. Maybe I should dig a path going through it too. Let's go ahead and plop down our cobblestone blocks. Central 3-wide path. I don't know what this guy's doing here. Anyways. This would be a lot faster if I moved my beacon and actually did a little bit more work with it, but I ain't too worried about that for now. Plus, it's nice to take a couple of things slow, you know? Although I do wonder if I can even run in and out of range of it quick enough to get haste 2 and then pop back and dig out large chunks of the tunnel. Just out of curiosity. Depending on how thick this mountain is, we might be here for a while, so still want to make sure I'm not spending all my time doing this. But it's nice to have a clean path through the mountain specifically, so that way we can take our horse down through here and actually do some nice things with them, so... Yeah, we should be in range, like, right about here. Yep. That gets us, like, 15 seconds of it, and that's definitely enough time to kind of run on through and get whatever. That's a good chunk. Getting some regular stone here too to have it, just because I haven't actually gotten a hold of any in a while, so... And we'll put some of our extra stone away. Go ahead and mine this out to be 4 blocks, so that way I can sprint and jump without hitting my head on the ceiling. Maybe out there. And we'll ender pearl the rest of the distance. I'm on now. I hear him on the other side. I just ran out of haste. Dang. I took too long to get out my shovel, but that's alright, we at least made it out. Alright, cool. So that gets us fully broken out in here. Put that there. And you know, we'll clean up this hallway just a smidge here with a little bit of extra stone. So, we've got a quick way out and through the mountain. And then we really just need to bridge the canyon a bit, I guess, at some point, so we can get over there towards that birch forest. Let's see where our other bridge goes. And actually, we can take it a step further here. 3 by 3. Shows where that's continuing, right? And we can do another line. Go. Already been about an hour streaming, for about 50 minutes. So glad I can finally use Swift Sneak after all this time. Seriously, this thing is a godsend for a lot of this stuff. Also remember that we have shulker boxes dotted around. Oh, excuse me. I had to sneeze for a second there. Just remember we have shulker boxes dotted around the world, and that we need to make sure that we pick them back up because we don't want to leave them everywhere because we only have a couple, so you gotta cherish them. At least for now. Coming up on the end of it here. There we go. Perfect. So now we get a fully connected pathway. Perfect. Alright, yeah. And then we can go ahead and take out the excess torches. Here we go. There we go, do a little something like that, and then that'll get us a staircase going through, straight through the base. Then we can take the bridge across. And yeah, so we don't even need this part technically. Away it goes. Cool, we can take the horse across, he's cool. And then I guess at some point we can build a bridge going out that way too, but we don't need to worry about that for right now. Yeah, we got a nice simple way across. Should be pretty safe in this cave as well. Safe enough at least, I hope. Alright, let's go ahead and dump away some of our excess that we got laying around. Go ahead and get all this cleaned up as well, best we can. Alright, cool. Go ahead and get our other shulker box out of here. I guess we don't need to take anything out of it because we're just going to take it back and dump it with us, so that should be fine. Start filling this up over time too again. We need to restore our reserves here. Here we go. Cool, we got our path dug out. Bees are doing good. Farm area is doing well. We got a sugarcane, a bamboo, armor's doing good. Netherite's really the big thing we got to get a hold of, and really we just need to start working on our base as a whole. So, as I've talked about before, we need a lot of material to build up all these circles here. Um, Especially if we want to go 50 blocks high with them, as I plan to do. Oh, there's a bee flying around out here. Wait a minute. Did I leave the gate open and they escaped? Oh, no, they just naturally grew off of a different hive out here. Ooh, surprised I didn't catch that. We'll have to take care of that here pretty soon. But we ain't gotta worry about that for right now. We'll actually do some maintenance work on this since we haven't cut these down yet in so long. This gets us a pretty nice amount of oak wood too, so we don't have to really struggle to get enough to build with. I really appreciate that, you know? Let's go ahead and get all that carved out. So, and we'll just dump the excess away in there when you care too much about it. And let's go ahead and get our Silk Touch axe out of here. No bees are in it. So we've kind of stolen a beehive altogether. Where they're out flying around too then. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, what I wish they would add, and I don't know how they would make it fit per se, I wish they added a kind of one-way block for mobs where they can only enter in one way, they can't leave the other way. There used to be a quirk with, maybe it's still in the game, with repeaters where you could physically walk over a repeater on a block one way, but you couldn't the other way for some reason, even though it was the same height in both directions, obviously. So there is weird things that they can do, but I don't know if they would ever do it or not. Like that. And we'll dump those away. I don't know. I think it'd be cool if they could ever do something like that. Not sure they would though. Oh, anyways, let's go ahead and craft that into honey. You can see these are getting pretty full here. Let's see here. Honey level is 0, so it looks like a lot of these still haven't those guys had moved into the end pieces, unfortunately. That's alright. Take care of one day soon enough. Alright, cool, that's all taken care of. And we'll go ahead and take the extra saplings we got laying around here, take those out. Take these out and we'll just leave them way in the spot. We don't need them anymore, but they are still nice to have. Alright, and then otherwise, we just need a crap ton of deep slate and blackstone. Mainly deep slate, and then we can come through with blackstone patches later. So we need something like 4 shulker boxes of deep slate, if I'm not mistaken, to actually build all of it. So if I pull up my Aspirite file that I had built, I should be able to see how much I need. 220 blocks per layer. So 220 times 50 is 11,000. Divided by 64 is 171 stacks. Divided by 27 stacks. Oh, we actually need over 6 shulker boxes of blocks. Great. Well, that's going to take a while. And then at least the cobblestone section will be cheaper, and then the calcite section will be even cheaper beyond that. So, not the end of the world, you know, it's just going to take time. Nothing wrong with that. But we do have 3 shulker boxes we can pull from, so we may as well just start best we can. I am swimming. Okay, good. I didn't know if I was for a second there. Alright, and then we pick a spot, and we take all of the deep slate that we can out of it. So I think we're going to convert our old mining tunnels into deep slate mines as well. We are silk touch shovel, yep. We're literally just going to go through and mine as much deep slate as we can physically get a hold of. And the time it took for me to say that sentence, we mined 1% of our deep slate because we need over 100 stacks, and we got 1 stack, so not too bad. But regardless of what we say or do, it's just going to take time all the same, so I could use like a wither to speed things up as well, technically, but that seems kind of dangerous, and also I'd have to have a wither, and hey, diamonds, cool. Gladly take those. And redstone, take that too, of course. Go. Pull that up a little bit. I have to extend a beacon range or something down here at some point when we start insta mining top, because we're going to need a lot of that as well for texturing. That'll be fun. Run out of space here, so let's go and take care of that. Yep, still got a lot to go there. Well, at least try and do like a Shulker Boxer stream or something, maybe. Although I don't think that'll help us out too much. Even if we can just do a couple of stacks of stream, that'll help, so. And I really don't want to lower the scope of it either, because if I do, then I'm going to regret it, because I won't have enough space to build vertically and actually fill the empty space with a crap ton of farms, so I'd rather build big here than go home. Alright, cool. Put a torch down in the center. Scared me for a second there, I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't expecting a drop. And I could just use like a TNT quarry to like blast all this out, but again, I don't particularly like using glitches or exploits. You know, granted that like very minor ones, like using Ender Pearl to get up onto the roof, that's a little different. You know, breaking bedrock, a little different. But you know, straight up TNT duping, I mean, I feel like that's where you kind of go too far, because that's not really intended in a big way at all, and they're only leaving it in because otherwise they don't have like a viable alternative yet. And I hope they have that viable alternative one day, because if they do, then it gives them an excuse to patch it, and then also hopefully forces people to actually mine a little bit more. Not mine, but at least it's farmable, you know. I mean, until sand is completely renewable in an easy way, so again, you know, just having, literally just having husk drop sand, that's it, that's all they would have to do, and then they could get rid of it for all I care personally, for TNT duping. But because husk don't drop sand, you can't renew TNT, which is a bit of a shame. Because making a mob farm in a desert would honestly be really nice to be able to have like renewable sand. And then you could build one of those reinforcement style farms too that summons a bunch of them, and then it makes a bunch of cool stuff happen from there. That would be nice. Well, after we mine all this out, we'll have just a large empty room down here. I guess we can do whatever with, so... I don't know what I would even put down here, because it's not really within the base, per se. Well, it does go down to bedrock, as far as my base is concerned. That's what I wanted to do, so... It might still be worth it. Maybe instead of digging randomly, I can dig in a way that will let me hollow out the underside of my entire base area. So that way I can actually use all the empty space underneath like my main floor by my water elevator. And then I can do a lot of cool stuff with it from there. So that might be cool. I think we'll do that, because that'll still get me out my deep slate, but I can put it towards a good cause, and then it also gets me all that space underground. So that'll make our base much taller too. And that also means that I can build other farms down below here that I can just kind of set it and forget it. So I can have all my pretty stuff up top, all my pretty farms that actually look good and can be aesthetically more pleasing, and then the more grungy, like hyper automated and optimized farms down here at the bottom of the world that don't get in the way of anything, you know. And if I had like a mob farm down here and I play my cards right, I do it the proper way, then I should be able to spawn proof all the nearby caves and everything, and then have it so mobs can only spawn. I'm in a deep dark biome, aren't I? I'm in a deep dark biome. Okay, so scratch the mob farm part, because since we're in a deep dark biome, nothing can spawn down here. They can up to a certain point, I'm sure, once we're physically out of it a bit more, but for right now, they can't, which is a bit of a shame. But we can still use this area for something. You know, we can put all of our other farms that require us to be near-ish or something, and like an iron farm would go great down here. You know, iron golems are completely independent of mob farms, so we could tuck our iron farms down here and we'll have plenty of space to be out of the way. That could be good. Real question is, how do we measure this out? I think I got an answer for that, but it's going to take us some time here. Hit F3 and G to show our chunk borders. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to mark out where our central chunk is, because that's denoted by the chunk we're standing in now. And we know this for a fact because it's also where our pillar is, or our bubble elevator, so we'll just kind of empty things out a chunk at a time here. We also should really take some time to clean this up a little bit better. That was a poor decision there. But yeah, don't know how I really want to split this out, unfortunately. Let's try and get this done first, just that way I get a little more peace of mind and I can make things a little bit easier to work with. So how would we even go about cleaning this up, I guess? Well, we can make some iron bars. And I guess interlace them in a little bit. Okay, there we go. Do a little something like that. And then polish tough stairs because I can. Also, so that way I don't have to use up, because I don't have enough cobblestone for it. There we go. There we go. Much better. Okay. That's exactly what we wanted there. Perfect. Cool. So that'll get us a nice, prettier space, and then we still have our iron bars here that will keep our water contained. We can still comfortably walk in and out without having to worry about it. And it just makes it look a little bit cleaner too, so we don't have that janky little bit that we had before. So that's all nice and dandy. Go ahead and just toss that down there, and then put that there. Alright, and then we can get back to mining. That out the best we can as well. Oh, shoot. Looks like we went ahead and burned up our water here a bit. That's alright. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's go ahead and get some of our extra gravel that we got. And then we'll go ahead and start filling all this in. Uh-oh. Alright, perfect. I think that finally clears out this lava pit, so we don't have to worry about this anymore. Most of it. Most of it. For that part. And hey, at least this is a good excuse to get some more obsidian too, so that's all good. Alright. Gonna take us a while to get through all this though. But it'll be worth it. Get some extra obsidian. Can actually make some ender chests and dot them around the world, which will be nice. So I haven't actually done that yet. I've only got my main one in my bundle. And then otherwise, we can keep mining like usual. But an hour and a half. About at the halfway mark here. Little annoying. Try and get this cleared up too while I still can. I got some bedrock there. Cool. Here we go. Do a little something like that. Take our gravel back and our cobblestone. And we'll take this tuff out of here as well. And we'll go ahead and mine everything with some extra cobbled deep slate. Just to kind of keep it relatively dark in here with the floor. Here we go. Nice little area mined out here. Good. Let's finish up this little section and then get back to mining out the main chunk that we're starting in. We want to make sure that that's mined first. There we go. Fuck. Wrong little bit there. That's alright. Alright, forgot I left those there. Doing alright on inventory space as well. We could always go moss mining as well with some of the moss blocks we have. And just bone meal a bunch of it and then tear through it with our hoe. It's also another thing we could do after a certain point, but we do need the cobble deep slate right now, so that'll be more after we get enough cobble deep slate to finish the main like circle, and then, you know, if we have a lot left over to dig through, then we can get it, you know. We really want the deep slate, mostly. Alright, sweet. We've almost got a full shulker box of cobble deep slate. Remember, we only needed like 6 and something to actually build the whole circle, so we're 1/6 of the way there. That's not too bad at all. Alright, cool. There we go. Go ahead and even the ceiling out a little bit more here. Oh wow, we actually almost got this chunk pretty much done too, just on accident. Yeah, I was playing Chernobyl with some friends yesterday, and I actually did so good one round, somebody accused me of botting, which is awesome and cool. Or rather, he just said, "You're sus," and like, that's a good sign. I'm actually okay at the game. Although, to be fair, they weren't exactly stellar, and I did kind of like obliterate them, so that was fun. I don't get to do that too often. I got like 22-3 or something like that, like a very high KD. Plus a set of demolition matches, so it's not like we 7-0'd them, you know, where we just completely obliterated them. They'd even take like a match off of us. I think that last score was like 7-3 or 7-4 or something like that. So they did take a couple of rounds. It's just, you know, they just didn't win, and I kept doing a little bit too good, which is kind of cursed, but I felt like I could do that consistently because I actually was seriously doing really good, like being aggressive when I needed to, landing a nice amount of headshots, and just catching enough people off guard that they just couldn't do anything about it in time, which is always fun. The tough part is seeing an opportunity in a game like that and then actually being able to do something about it. It's recognizing it and then committing to it really fast, because you can't, like, you know, you can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You have to be all in on something like that if you do it the right way, and it's making good calls on when to go all in on beating the crap out of somebody, and it's very fun. But, you know. We just got another chunk dug out. Remember, our base is a 5x5 of chunks, and considering we've only got 2 chunks dug out, we may be here a while if we decide to actually dig out the entire thing at some point. I mean, even just doing this little bit underground is already going to take a long time. So doing it all the way up to the surface, all the way up there somewhere, is going to take that much longer. So, yeah. That's alright. Rome wasn't built in a day, you know? We may come across some extra diamonds too, like we did that one time, so I doubt it because we did do a pretty good job of scouting like this whole area, but we may get surprised and get a couple of small pockets here or there. That would be cool. Right, yeah, it's time to patch this up a little bit. Oh, speaking of diamonds, cool. Well, we got a couple more then. Throw them in the pile. Nice pretty 8-pack out of it. Got us 20. It's pretty solid. Those away like that. Here we go. $8:44. It's been almost 2 hours. Probably when it hits 9, we'll go ahead and we'll place down all the cobble deep that we got to the circle. So that way we can build that up a little bit higher. Got some iron down here, surprisingly. Don't typically see too much of it down this low. Still can happen, it's just not a whole lot. Got a nice little chunk left to do. Well, so we can see a little bit better here. And my stream tomorrow, though, is going to get moved back quite a bit. I have some stuff I need to go out and do, unfortunately, and it's just over that time period, so I'm pushing that back to, like, maybe 3 or 4 or something like that. I don't know, I'll figure it out, but I'll stream again tomorrow sometime a little bit later. Might do 2 streams. I do one early in the morning, then I take a break for a couple hours to go run out and do some errands, and then I'll come back a little later with another stream, so we'll see. Still figuring it out. day 247 in game as well. Today it's October 3rd, 2025, about 8:48 p.m. and I'm finally getting used to staying up a lot longer again. Took a little nap when I got home, but I only slept for probably about 80 minutes or so, and then I actually woke up and got up on time. So I think actually having a proper schedule has really been helping me out a bunch to curb on naps and actually stay awake and do stuff, which it's a nice change of pace, you know? I like it. Coming up on 2 shulker boxes full here. We just mined out a third chunk. Got our first, second, third, and then fourth, which is completely solid, so I'll go ahead and dig all the way out to an edge here. Hey, more diamonds. There's our edge. 15 that time out of 8, so a little less than 2 per ore, which not too good, but hey, diamonds are diamonds, right? Hey, more diamonds, cool. Thought that was bedrock for a second there because I just saw the change in texture, but I didn't actually see what it was. So, we'll take some of those, that's for sure. Go ahead and make sure we light up some stuff over here too. Nothing will spawn down here, but it's still good to have like consistent lighting, at least some amount of lighting. I'd say it looks like it's only 1, but we did get a little bit. Got 3. That got us up to 23. Nice little amount. There we go, seal that back up. Go to make some more diamond blocks. Go to make another block of diamond. Here we go, we got 5 blocks of diamond from doing all this, that's pretty good. Try and get that shulker box filled, and then we'll take all that stuff and bring it with us up to the surface and start building it in. Pretty quiet again today. There's just not a lot to talk about right now since we're just doing a bunch of simple mining and building. Don't think too hard about it either. You get up to haste 3 or upgrade the beacons in some other kind of meaningful way. So maybe not necessarily making a stronger beacon, instead making a beacon pyramid that maybe there's a way that they can update beacons where the mineral blocks that are used can allow you to make stronger beacons. So if you have like a layer of diamonds in them or something, then you can upgrade like an extra tier of stuff or whatever. And then netherite, I can't even imagine that. Although netherite would be a very tricky one to do because you can't make it too good, because then you'd have like sane people feel like they have to grind for netherite to get the netherite beacon and then have all the really good benefits out of that. So I think it should probably stop at diamond, but or I guess if it is netherite, then all 6 effects at their max strength should be off of 1 beacon instead of having to do like a hextuple beacon, but sextuple rather, not really hextuple. It's not the right nomenclature, but That's alright. But who knows? Because they have not been touched, like, at all since they were introduced, I think. I don't think they've actually... Let me rephrase that. They let you use netherite blocks as beacon bases. That's it. That's been the only update to it. So, the actual effects or the strength of the effects hasn't changed, and that used to be fine. Because then you could insta-mine stone after working really hard, and that was like the last stage that you really wanted. But now there should be a little bit more, so you could actually insta-mine deep slate once you get a strong enough beacon too. And I don't think just adding like an extra base to it, because it goes up to a 9x9, I don't think adding like an 11x11 base is really going to do too much, given that there's iron farms and all that. If they really want to, they could go that route, and there probably wouldn't be anything wrong with it, but you know, there's a limit of what they can really do without it just being like, yeah, you know, just build an iron farm and you'll get it super easy. So it just adds a little bit more time instead of like more effort. So, oh, that's basically 2 boxes worth. That's good enough for me. Leave that there, and then we'll come back to that another day. We ain't gotta worry about that for now. And yeah, let's go ahead and get the hell out of here. Go ahead and sleep in the bed too. Need to get some bamboo out as well. Not bamboo, scaffolding. Because we ain't made any yet. Or now we have made scaffolding, but we haven't actually placed any down to get up and down like we need to. Definitely gonna want it. F3 to hide stuff. Now luckily this place should be pretty well lit up, so shouldn't really be any danger nearby or anything. And if we show our hitboxes here, your bees are flying through just fine, but we don't have any other issues with mob spawns or anything. So everything should be all good. Sweet. So we're going to start from this corner, I guess. You know what we're going to do as well? We're going to break this. We're going to make sure we get all the scaffolding back, so that way we can get our full stack. Because we're actually going to measure this out, so that way we know exactly how many blocks we need to build up to. $63. Where's number 64? There it is. Okay, perfect. So we're going to do 50 blocks of scaffolding. A very nice and simple pillar. And then this gives us a very measured way to determine how well we're doing. Boom, done. Now we can go ahead and dump away the rest of our scaffolding, and we will get to it when we get to it, right? There we go. And you can see that's how high we're building just this first layer, so yeah, again, not exactly small stuff here. A lot that we have to get through building-wise. Fortunately, we can only build in 3-block increments as well. But at least now we have Swift Sneak, so we got a lot of the tough stuff done. Go ahead and reclaim all of our torches as we're going through. Another wandering trader out here. Let's see what he trades here in a moment. Alright, what's he got? Ooh, 4 gunpowder. Yes, actually a good trade. No fucking way. I will be right back for you, fat boy. Should be able to buy out all this stock here. You disappoint me. You disappoint me greatly. I forgive you, because I killed you. Alrighty, I'll go ahead and put all this back real quick. More gunpowder, still more gunpowder though, so that's nice. Well, having a window here won't make a whole bunch of sense, considering, you know, it's just going to be looking at a wall, so we may have to replace that at some point. But we don't need to worry about that for now. That damn donkey still. He's still here. Surprisingly. Currently 9:01, so we got 1 more hour to go. Out of deep slate. So let's go take stock on how many stacks this is. Because it wasn't enough to even do 3 layers around. How many stacks of deep slate was that? 9 stacks. So 9 stacks of deep slate doesn't even get you 3 full layers up, so wow. That's kind of nuts. Just goes to show the scale we're dealing with here, unfortunately. It's close though, don't get me wrong. But let's take note of how many stacks we use from here on as we finish up this last quarter. That's 10 stacks. 10 stacks and 14. So a little more than 10 stacks a layer. Which, you know, that ain't too bad at all. That shulker box that we have, that first shulker box, will build about 8 layers, and the next one will build probably another 8 or so. Hey, it's Mondera. How you doing again? Been a while. I'm building a big circle. It's gonna be that tall when I'm done. If I get that high, that is. I'm doing pretty good. I got a new job, making a lot more money, and I've actually finally got some free time again to stream because now don't have to be so damn stressed out with work anymore, so I can actually have hobbies again. It's been pretty nice. Things are looking up. Still almost out of money right now, though, so I've got to keep grinding for the next month here to make sure I can get out ahead and pay off some debt. But once I'm out of it at the end of the month, I'm pretty much fine. So, yeah, doing pretty good. And we're out of cobble. We're out of cobble deep slate again. So let's go ahead and get some more. Now let's go ahead and sleep here too. Yeah, I keep forgetting I have that in there. It's a bit like ASMR because I'm just kind of quiet today, so I just don't really feel like talking like a whole bunch. And I'm usually not too loud when I play Minecraft. If I play any other game though, if I play any game where I'm fighting other people, I tend to be a lot louder. But if it's something like single player like Minecraft, even if something bad happens, I'm never really too loud usually, so. Except for one time a couple of years ago, I was loud moving villagers because they pissed me off, so. Because they suck. I don't like moving them. Yeah, we'll have placed down like a full shulker box of cobble deep slate pretty quickly here, so that's always nice. Hopefully I can get the rest of it fairly soon. We'll go back down below and mine out some more. I'm basically planning on building a really tall base that's like a layered birthday cake, if you want to think of it like that, where it's going to go from here, this part of the world, all the way up to like Y270 or 280. Ow. It's going to be like 150 blocks tall, so it's going to be pretty big. And then I'm designing it so it's basically a larger chunk base where I'm building all my different farms in all of these different circles. So that way I can actually farm everything really close to me, and then I can have a lot of building material for a lot of stuff. And then I'll have some, outside stuff, like, all my temporary farms and stuff like that here. At least my more manual farms out here, since I have a lot more open space, and then, yeah. No, yeah, I was actually talking about that earlier today, funny enough, with using a wither to farm deep slate, but, it means I'd actually have to, like, go get another wither, which I can do, but I don't really want to for right now. I'm actually planning on using my other wither for a wither rose farm that I'm planning on building here in the overworld. I've got a larger farm that I'm trying to, I guess, manually build out. I got a larger farm that I'm trying to figure out how to build because I have to kind of design it from scratch. But basically, there's something I'm trying to do where you can have like an Allay-based Silverfish XP farm, right? And then I actually designed like an additional module that you can attach to it that'll let you convert all those silverfish into oozing silverfish. So that when they die, they spawn a bunch of slimes. Then your slimes can be killed by the wither for slime balls and wither roses. And I really want the roses to build a better wither skeleton farm. And yeah, for black dye too, because I really don't want to build a squid farm more than anything, because those are pretty annoying to do. I'm not really too near a river biome, so. But yeah, I'd rather just get black dye from wither rose farming, since I don't really need ink sacs for anything other than, I guess, making book and quills, but you don't really need to make too many book and quills, so that's all good. But I really want the wither roses for making a better wither skeleton farm, and then they're just good to have too, because I know I want them for shulker shell farms in the future as well, so yeah, some good stuff. But I'm planning on having a massive, like, system that'll let me farm silverfish, slimes, wither roses, and then since the wither skulls need to shoot out into something, I'm gonna have them shoot out into a cobblestone generator, and then that cobblestone generator will also get me a bunch of cobblestone, obviously, so that'll be nice. Just so that way I can try and farm everything, but ideally that means that my XP farm is also a cobblestone farm, it's a wither rose farm, a slime ball farm, and an XP farm all in one machine. And then I could also have like a basalt portion, since you can have like a basalt generator with blue ice and lava, so I can do a lot with it. It's just figuring out what else to use with it. So that's what my second wither is going to be used for, and then my third one I'll probably use, I guess, partially for deep slate mining. I have like a very specific hole that I'm trying to dig underground. I'm trying to dig a 5x5 chunk going all the way down to bedrock across all these chunks that are marked with hay bales, so that way I get a ton of space underneath to do even more stuff with. And then outside of that, I mean, I'll have so much space to work with that I can fill it with a crap ton of farms and not really have to worry about anything, so that'll be cool. And it'll be cursed too, because I have an ancient city right under my house, so I can actually I have an ancient city exposed to skylight, so that'll be pretty neat. Don't get to do that too often. But yeah. 2 a.m., fair enough. It's only 9 here, so hope you have a good night, Monduro, and thanks again for stopping by. Hope to see you again sometime. I actually got a schedule this time too, so hopefully I'll see you around here pretty soon. I still got a crap ton of copper deep slate to place here. Yep, gotta get going through all this. And let's go ahead and fill this down. Oh, we're coming up to the tip of the mountain here. We excavated. That's cool. Starting to get fairly high up now. That was it. It is 9:11. Cool. Another 50 minutes to go. Probably won't mine any more cobble deep slate for today. We'll go out and explore the world a little bit more, I guess, so. Maybe we'll go build another portal at the trial chamber, and then we'll go connect up the iceboat road to it. Oh, we're out again. I think that's what we'll go do next. Especially since we have some extra obsidian now. That'll be good. That went up to this tip of the mountain too. I've got our bees floating around in there. Look at them go. Alrighty, we are getting there. Wonder how high that is. Wait a second. I just thought of something. Keybinds. If I change my place block button to keyboard button, is F free? I think F is free. Oh, duh. No, it's not. It's my off. What about C? We'll do C. Okay, check this out. If I switch this to C, I was gonna say, man, it'd be nice if I had an auto clicker, because then I think I could blow through all this really fast. Yeah, that's what she was. The game can't even handle it either. Nice, cool. Can't believe I didn't even think of that till just now. Holy crap, this is so much fucking faster. Oh my god. We're blowing through whole stacks like instantly, dude. Damn. Not instantly, but like, that's another one that's gone. Wow. Why did I not realize that? I think I remembered it from like either a Joe Hills or a Cub Fan video, so that's why I'm thinking about that. Probably Joe Hills, considering he was building that giant pinball machine a while ago. Just placed a crap ton of stuff on the sides. I am getting to fixing all of that. Fuck. Nailed it. Not even once. I even had the water bucket out, but I didn't. Oh, duh, I can't right click. So actually, yeah, now I screwed myself there without even realizing it. That's alright. We're down to our last 22 anyways. It's probably good, so I can go ahead and change that back. I can't believe I never thought about that, man. What the hell am I thinking? That is a really good trick to do. So yeah, just set it to a regular key on your keyboard, and then you're pretty much good. And it's back to normal, so hey, cool. Go on up to the top here. Yeah, we've kind of blotted out the sun a little bit, which, whoops, my bad. Alright, let's see where we're at, Y level wise. We're at 119. Oh, if we go up to the very tippy top of this, that means we should be at 169. And then it would be 219, and then 269 would be our ending block up there at the top. And then that gives us like 50 extra blocks of height to work with as well. So we can build up like sky islands and extra like buildings up in the air. Because basically, I'm planning on, yep, sure enough it is. But basically what I'm planning on doing is once the structure is built, I'll have my farms and stuff around here. And then if I want pretty stuff up in the air around the base, and what I can do is I can get a bunch of snow and I can basically make a semicircle of clouds out in the back side of here. So as you're walking up through here, you've got the semicircle of mountains going all the way around, the massive base, and then near the top, by like the white portion that I'll have up in the sky, you'll have a semicircle of clouds with all their different buildings and things like that on top of them as well. So it looks super fucking cool. You've got basically like a cool castle reaching up into heaven, basically, with all of its buildings. And then it just overlooks all the mountains and all that kind of stuff too, and it's just a really wicked fucking sight. So I've got a pretty good idea of what I want to do, and I'm really hoping I can actually do it this time and not die like I did last time, because that definitely was not cool. So, yeah. Anyways, let's take a quick hop back on down here. And we're just gonna look to see. We got a little bit of extra cobble deep slate. I guess we could go place all this down real quick. Just so we can get it out of our inventory, because why not? How we're doing? How are we doing? We're at 119. How high have we built so far? Well, we're about 2/5 the way there. A little over 2/5 the way, about 2/5, so not too bad at all. We'll do this one. Actually, no, fuck it. It actually would just be quicker just to go keybinds, do that. Oop. Yep, there we go. There we go, that was weird. I didn't want to do it there for some reason. And we're officially out of blocks. That was quack. Quack? Fast, quick, same thing, I guess. Whoops. Anyways, keybinds. Go back to here, right click, done. Oop. Yep, that still works. See all of our different sheep and stuff out here too. Look at them go. They're just little guys. They're hanging out. We can finally see out to the... Oh, looks like we had a beehive there the whole time. Had I been up here higher and sooner, I would have seen it. That would have made it a little bit easier, but that's alright. Wow, we are getting right on up there, dude. We're a little less than halfway done, it looks like. Ooh, very cool. Nice. Well, like I said, we will go ahead and take this time that we have left over, and we're just gonna go out and build a couple of nether portals throughout the world, because we can do that. I was about to say, what did I do with all that? No, Georgie, go lay down. Alright, buddy, you can't be up here. Right, I put all the tuff up top, didn't I? There we go. Got some cobblestone. Alright, let's see here. Should have seen that coming. Wow, we are super out of space here. Oh, and I still had a crap ton of deep slate left over. Oh shit. Alright, whatever. We'll take the tuff with me. I really have got to sort this stuff out. Seriously, we are dire need of extra space for miscellaneous stone blocks. Oh, there's that packed ice I never actually did anything with. Right, forgot about that. I guess my leftover packed ice would be the better term there. Put that out. Yeah, we are at 27 diamond blocks. We have a hell of a lot here. Good Lord Almighty. That is pretty damn cool. Tuck those away. There we go. That should have emptied that out. Nice. Got our obsidian. We need to go get our other box that we have out here as well. Yep, that's all good. There we go. We'll do something like that. That should get us enough material to build everything across. That's good. Also need a flint and steel real quick. Where did we put it? Put it. May just need to make another one real quick. That's what it's looking like. That's fine. We got some flint. We got some iron. Oop, there we go. Quick and easy. Alright. Now we need to head on back down here. Take our way out that we have to our trial chamber, and then we need to go build a portal there, and then we need to come back through the overworld, or not through the through the overworld, and then go build it on the nether side, and then that'll link them up. And then we also need to get a couple of copper blocks for our corner bits. Right, this was the way, wasn't it? It just looks so different now that I took everything out of there, so it took me a second to figure out what I was even looking at. Right, and then we want to go on up here. Then it should just be all the way to the end here, and then we make another left turn. And surprisingly enough, we actually did manage to find the starting room, the first room, so we don't even have to really do a whole lot from here. So we've got a safe area we can just kind of build in. There we go. A little something like that. Alright. We're gonna write this down instead. We're gonna do negative 24,264. Wait a minute, targeted block 265. Right, because they moved the order of everything. 66. And then match is gonna be. We may need to reorganize our coordinates a little bit too as well, so we'll have like a separate book that we kind of transfer everything over to. So we're going to go ahead and do 24,265 divided by 8. That'll get us negative 3,033. And then we need to do 966 divided by 8. That'll get us negative 121. There we go. And then we just have to head back and build all that. Yeah, we got some copper and some tough bricks. And we can basically do copper for the bottom and tough for the top, and then that makes it very clear that it's not like a copper farm, it's specifically like a trial chamber, so that way we can still delineate stuff with our corners. Delineate's not the right word, it's denote. I don't think delineate's got anything to do with what I'm talking about, so maybe I should read a dictionary once in a while, but probably not, I guess. Anywho, let's go ahead and head on back, and we'll pick up an extra little thing of slabs too, since we do have to slab off the top. Could be a quick grab. And we can go ahead and hide our F3 screen, and hey, we made it to day 250. That's pretty cool. Quarter of the way there to 1,000 days. I think our last one made it near day 400 or something like that before my completely preventable and untimely death, but that's alright, these things do tend to happen. no sense in getting so worked up over it, right? Let's go ahead and sleep real quick. And let's see here. Where are them slabs? There they are. Perfect. We'll pop up to the roof here real quick, because I just kind of want to see if we had any hostile spawns up at the top, and it looks like we didn't, so pretty interesting. Kobe. Perfect. We won't be able to do that for too much longer since, you know, we're going to be near everything. Or since we're going to be building those walls so high. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Let's get our handy dandy book back out. There we go. And let's see here. Our matching is at negative. Oh, we're basically already here. What? That's out this way. Right, because it's so damn little. Because it's just a very quick little drive away. What are we looking at? Target block 35, 33. Alright, we're done. That was it. Why not? Whoops. Might have over prepared for it a bit. That's alright. I guess we can get rid of it since. Now leave it. There we go. We'll just do something really simple like that. We don't really need to do a whole lot more. Just maybe we'll do that. Oh yeah, then I guess we can. Yeah, we'll just get rid of it. Alright, we'll just keep it really simple. So literally just the tiniest of extensions. That's all I really need from it, frankly. That's where I left everything last time. Duh. That was not the right move there, but that's alright. Let's do that. And we'll bring everything back with us. So now if we go ahead and step through this, we'll just be there. Yep, pop right on through. Very cool. So we got a safe little room that we can get to with our nether portal. We don't really have to worry about a whole bunch here. This also gets me a crap ton of copper that I can pilfer from and just steal, so I don't have to worry about anything, so that's good. We'll throw that out, we'll throw that out, we'll throw half a stack out. There we go. Let that burn out. There we go. And then this leads out to the rest of the trial chamber. So yeah, cool stuff. Of course, we got a little mangrove tree there too. Ow. But yep, we got a nice simple little area we have to work with, so that's cool. Don't really do a whole lot for me here, but at least I got it. And again, we got all our different copper and whatnot that we can bring with us, so we got easy access to copper, and yeah, I like that. Not just a quick drive on over. By quick drive, I mean we're already back at the base by doing this, so that ain't too bad at all. May have to install some kind of windows or something at some point here. We got another fucker here, damn. Why are there so many of these guys, you know? What do we got? Nothing too good. No. There we go. We'll go ahead and get that guy cleaned up, and then I think we're gonna go ahead and just put all of our inventory away and then call it a day there. We've done a good bit. We're coming up on time, so let's do that. A couple of things. Animal bit, leads, color chest over. And let's see here, red mushrooms. There we go. Kind of generic valuables. Take our 2 flint and steels that we got. Put them way in there. We got some extra chests that we can mess with. All that's cleaned out. Throw those away there. And then copper is a bit of a unique case. For now, we'll put it there, but at some point we will have a separate like copper chest. Not like an actual copper chest that's made out of copper, but a chest that contains a bunch of copper. Because now that's a thing I have to specify. At some point we'll have all that going there, but we ain't got to worry about that for now. Put that away. That away. Put those back out. And otherwise, we got everything we're really looking for, so yeah, cool. That's pretty good. I guess we can condense those and put those away too. Alright, yeah, cool. That is gonna do it for me today, I think. I had quite a lot of good progress done. We'll go mine another like 2 shulker boxes of lava deep slate down below tomorrow. And then with what we have left over, we should get very close to finishing the cobble deep slate circle, if not all of it. So we'll probably get all that done tomorrow. And then we can start working on putting down all the cobblestone ones, and we'll be good. So yeah, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see y'all again next time. Bye-bye!